Previously on Let's Grab a Booth.
I understand that you can't be trusted around bicycles the rest of the afternoon.
Not drunk and not that young. I had one girl throw me in a rose bush.
You were physically hit.
So I make my guests a deal. I teach them how to make a drink, and I get to ask the questions I've been dying to ask.
You think you reinvented yourself?
Maybe I should thank them.
To savor the handcrafted cocktails we've created together.
Well, success. We drank all our drinks.
Yeah.
And Holly hasn't passed out, so that's good.
Surprisingly.
We're gonna make some more though, so you're not out of the woods yet.
All right.
And just to keep it going, we're gonna make another screwdriver, but with a slight twist,
Ah.
slight variation on it. So if you'd like to follow along at home, you've already got your vodka and OJ. If you made the first round, you're gonna need those. You're also gonna need some Campari and some orange bitters. We're gonna use Angostura. Any kind will do. Ready to do this?
Ready.
All right. So, have you ever used a mixing tin before?
I have not.
Great. Let's go ahead and slide this on over. It's like a Russian nesting doll. There's a small one underneath.
Oh.
That was probably hard to hear because I made as much noise as possible while talking. But yeah, it's two pieces, one underneath. All right.
Okay.
Let's get this one out of the way a little bit for the camera, which you already did because you're better at this than I am. All right. Now we're going to grab some orange bitters.
All right.
That's
It's
a
this one
small
right here?
little stubby guy. Yep.
Okay.
Grab it like that with two fingers. You
Oh,
can
you're
do
making me
any
do
way
it
you want.
fancy.
Nothing I do is fancy, I assure you. We're going to go 3 dashes upside down. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. You didn't miss a single one.
Nope, did not.
Now we're going to grab Campari. That's this beautiful bright red bottle here.
Oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah, you've
It's
seen a lot of-
Italian, right?
It is Italian. Look at you.
But I've never had it before.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Okay.
Bitter, a little bit of sweetness to it, like grapefruit notes. Huge in Europe, huge here now. 15 years ago, it was dusty on a back bar. Now it's in every bar.
Awesome.
Grab this guy. This is a jigger.
Yep.
Your
Little
smaller of the
Thailand,
two
yep.
has 2 sizes, 1/2 ounce, 3/4. That's not always. They come in all different sizes.
Okay.
This one is 1/2 and 3/4. So let's pour in the small one, 1/2 ounce.
And this is the standard, this little one.
The standard, no.
At bars.
There can be, sometimes they have a jigger that has all the different sizes in it, and you sort of
Oh, that's
see
cool.
where you're yeah.
That's better for a home bar, right?
I think that's better for a home bar, honestly, yeah. Graduated jiggers are amazing at home because you just need one for all the measurements. I personally, in a professional setting, prefer these because I think it's easier just to filter the line than see where I'm going. But a lot of bartenders disagree with me, so most
each
bartenders
its own.
disagree with everything I say. Now, we are on to our vodka.
Ooh.
That's going to be this side.
Of course it
Which is
is.
2 ounces. So this version is going to have a little more alcohol than the original screw. Well, I don't know. You pour heavy. I'd say more alcohol. More alcohol than a standard screwdriver because we're adding bitters, which is alcohol, and Campari on top of our standard pour.
So alcohol, not alcohol. I got it.
And now we're going to finish with some OJ, which we're also going to measure because I don't want to put too much. I want it to stay in
Okay.
balance. As you said before, fresh OJ.
The big one and the small.
Oh, sorry.
The small one, small daddy. Yep. All right.
See, that first drink's getting to me.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And now flip it over, and now add 2 more. We're doing a total of 3 ounces. All right, let's get our little fancy glass for our slightly
yeah.
fancy. Could be worse. Fancier is sometimes worse. I'll let you be the judge.
I like
Let's put some
fancy.
ice in it.
Impress the friends, you know,
Impress the
at
friends.
the next party.
If you can't impress your friends, who can you impress? All right, ice in your shaker. Get a little bit more.
Yep.
And that's so that the ice doesn't melt so quickly and your drink ends up a little more watered down. You kind of want to fill the shaker.
Okay.
All right, since you've never used one of these before,
Yep.
let's put our top on, just loosely like that.
Yep.
Now flip it over. All right, you see on the back, if you can follow along, how there's a straight line.
Yep.
Just want to make sure that's all the way over.
Okay.
Now use just any surface, make a fist like this, and just give it one little pop. That seals
Seals
it.
it
You don't
in.
want to do that, you'll give yourself carpal tunnel over
Yeah.
a period of time. Home bar, you can probably do it any way you want, but yeah, just a little pop.
Okay.
All right, now the shake. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I've always wanted to do this.
Here you go.
Ever since I seen Cocktail.
That's what everyone says. Everyone says that. My life is nothing like Cocktail.
Ah.
But I'm Brian Brown in it. No. All right.
Just get that loose. How do you get it loose if
Okay.
it's stuck there?
So if it's stuck, think
Yeah.
of your shaker like a clock. This is 9. This is 3. That's if you're holding it where the seal is to you, you're just gonna give it a little pop on the side while holding it.
Yeah, okay. So I have to squeeze it anywhere?
Squeeze it after you pop. There you go.
Ah,
Nailed it.
I see. Just like that.
You're a pro. You looking for work? All right, grab your grab
I would be
your strainer.
horrible at this. I'd probably drink all the drinks. Okay.
So you'd be great at it. Okay.
I'd fit right in.
Right over the top. And right away you're gonna notice the difference in color.
Oh, yeah. It's really pretty.
And you're gonna notice a difference in the nose too.
Can I go like this? Do one
Yeah,
of those little
you
fancy
absolutely
things?
go like that. That's why I make all my drinks at home. Here. And give that a little smell.
It's grapefruit.
Big
Smelled
grapefruit.
it.
That's from the Campari. We use no grapefruit. That's all the Campari.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do it?
That's so good.
Let's use that extra giddy up and go back to the booth.
All right.
Thoughts?
I really like this drink.
Yeah?
It's like the Italian version of the screwdriver. Now that's I'm down with this.
Okay, good.
Now I can like the drink again.
Don't feel like you're gonna throw up still a bite?
No, I smell it. I don't smell that night. It's great.
I don't smell that night.
I mean, it was so long ago, but it was like it was yesterday.
Smell That Night just sounds like a Lenny Bruce comedy album that like they just discovered. Smell That Night.
It's the memories.
Enough about the drink.
Yeah.
You're back in Silmar,
Yeah.
and you start auditioning for commercials with your modeling agency. How does that work, going out for commercials?
Yeah, I feel like they just one day was like, hey, you should start trying to go out for commercials. What do you think about that? I'm like, well, great. Yeah, why not? And then just started booking right off the bat. I got lucky, but...
Became even more popular with those high school girls, I'm sure, as you're booking commercials.
Oh, God, yeah.
So
I
what was
wonder
that
what they
like?
were thinking seeing all that. I have no idea.
Who cares?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You're awesome.
Yeah. What'd you start booking?
Well, my first commercial was with George Clooney. We did a Toyota commercial.
I'm starting to side with those girls. Like, I'm on their side. Your first commercials with George
George
Clooney.
Clooney, yeah.
Okay.
And he was awesome, and it was a great experience. I played his girlfriend, which was really weird because I felt so much younger at the time. Like I would not feel that way if we did the commercial now. But back then I was like, wow, this guy's like as old as my dad. Weird, and he had all white hair. Anyways, really nice guy, and that just prompted that happening. When I really took off, I did a music video with John Mayer. I did Your Body is a Wonderland music video when I was, I think, in my early 20s, and that was in the early 2000s, and that just kind of snowballed from there.
Are you the girl that he's singing to? What are you in the video?
Yes, I am. It's me and him in the video, just the two of us.
All right. How many times did people recognize you? Did anyone come up and say Your Body is a Wonderland to you?
Which is really weird because you wouldn't think so. I mean, at that point, I think that was like my third music video, and I've done like 8 since then. But that video, yes, especially in bars, I'd get the, hey, this is gonna sound weird, but are you that? Even some of the commercials I did, hey, are you that girl in that commercial? It was really weird because I wasn't doing any acting at that point. It was just, for me, it was just modeling, but I was talking, But yeah, that Mayer thing kind of is crazy.
I think it's impressive that you do differentiate acting from modeling and talking.
Yes.
That's just that they're very different.
It's a huge difference. Although I know a lot of people that go to workshops for commercials to learn how to act on camera. You are acting, but it's more selling a product, which is very different,
Sure.
which is really weird. So when I actually took my first acting class after George Clooney told me maybe you should try, I was like, maybe I'll take a class first and see if I even want to do it.
George Clooney told you to give acting a shot?
Yeah. I think it was just because I didn't really care about him or what I was doing. I just wanted to go and see Vegas is where we shot the commercial. And he was like, wow, she just doesn't care about any of this. Maybe she'll be good at acting. So he just said, yeah, maybe you should try. You're kind of a natural vibes about it. Maybe you should give it a go. And so I took a class after that, and then wasn't really my thing, but I ended up doing my first acting job, I think 5 years after that.
So the class wasn't your thing, you weren't really into it?
I enjoyed it, but I feel like I'm very different than the normal acting crew.
Yeah?
It's hard to explain. Like actors, it's their life. It was never my life, and it was never something I grew up with. I know we talked about that before, but high school, taking drama class and things, I just never saw myself as an actor until much later in my life, in my career. Not like most people when that's their dream. It was never my dream. My dream was to travel and be able to be financially free and just travel. And that just equaled out into everything that happened. It was kind of like a ladder effect.
Okay. So, not really your thing. 5 years later, you get your first acting gig in between someone coming up to a bar and saying your body is a wonderland,
Yeah.
which I think is wonderful that you find surprising. But like, how do you get from not really my thing to auditioning?
Oh, wow. I mean, I feel like it was a lot more simple for me than it is for people now because the market is so saturated and everyone wants to be in the business. Back then, I was a bigger fish in a smaller pond. So I had a good team behind me. I had a huge modeling agency. I had one of the best commercial agencies, and it just kind of went like that. It just kind of went one to the other. Funny thing is that this is such a bad experience, which I regret, but one of the commercials I did was for a Ford commercial, and it was Bold Moves. It was like a huge commercial that landed in the first season of American Idol. So my commercial played like crazy, and J.J. Abrams happened to see this commercial. And at the time, I looked very much like Jennifer Garner. I was always compared to her. I even did some stand-in work for her. So his wife saw this and says, "You need to meet her." And at that time, I had an acting agency, but I wasn't really into the acting. So I read for him. I actually read and sat in front of J.J. Abrams and a whole other slew of 15 people, and I completely, excuse my French, but shit the bed, crapped the bed, because I was so nervous, and I had never been in front of a producer session or didn't know what I was doing. And he ended up getting back to my agents and saying, "Well, she's lovely, but she's just not ready." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I've never acted, but I don't even know what I'm doing." So I think that prompted me to start going, maybe I should take this more seriously. And I went into Howard Fine, which at that time was one of the biggest acting teachers at that time, and just got really involved and then started auditioning after that.
So now you've taken acting school seriously, the training.
Yeah.
What's your journey now? What happens next?
Yeah, my first, the first real acting job I booked was for CSI Miami. And I just remember being in that room, the waiting room, and there was, a wall full of people, guys and girls, all for different parts. And the casting woman was screaming at someone from behind the door. And I always heard that, they're very strict and they're very harsh and they can be very brutally honest and just be careful and be prepared. And I was not prepared for that. And everyone was sweating bullets of having to be in front of this woman. Luckily, my scene, I had to be scared. In the scene, I had to be scared in the scene. So it worked perfectly for what I had to do. And then, she's like, "I don't believe you." So then I got really scared, really. And I used that in my audition, and I booked that role. And then I just started booking little things here and there after that.
I feel you just have a tendency to just roll into things. Maybe it is you just kind of don't care. You don't seem to stay desireless is like a tip they give you.
I just feel that when you feel desperate and that's your life and you don't have anything else going on and you're just focusing mainly on, "Oh man, did I do good?" And you're calling your agent every second, "Hey, did I get that?" To me, it was just, there were so many auditions at that time. So I was just I just got to do it and forget it and just move forward. And if I book it, great. If I don't, then it wasn't for me. So I think I got that tough skin at a young age.
Okay.
I mean, maybe that helped from the bullying. So I was just very, walked into it with the armor on.
Do you think the industry has changed due to social media?
Oh yeah, it's changed in the last 20 years since I've been around. I don't think the money is there like it used to be. I think, Instagram, although it's an amazing platform to get, your word out, your advertising out, and I think it's a great thing, but it's also crumbled the business. Whereas, you have to go through an agency back then and pay the agency fee and pay the model their worth and the usage. But now you can go get an Instagram model for $150. And everyone's desperate to work. Everyone's desperate to be on camera. Everyone wants a job and to work. So, you're taking crappy rates. And that hurts us. It hurts our industry. It hurts the agents. It hurts me. So
hurt you as a model?
Yeah, just getting the what I'm worth, the rates, and then my agents have begged me more than once not to self-submit for jobs, which I think a lot of people are doing now because everyone's desperate for work. So you're just taking rates under rates. You're not being protected by an agency or a union, and it's a free-for-all, I think, right now, unfortunately.
I mean, that sounds frustrating. Are you bitter?
Yeah, I'll admit there is a little bit of bitterness there, and I'm really glad I got in when I did. I have a lot of young clients ask me, for advice, and it's hard not to say run, like do something else, just run, because it's so much harder than it was. I mean, I was in my early 20s when I got into the business, and the job that I did at that time paid me to get into SAG, the union, which is actually it's tripled what it was before, and just jobs are more scarce, and it's just a different world than when I was in there. But the bitterness has gone away a little bit. It's still lingering a little bit. I just wish that the unions would step up, and people would pay their models what they're worth for their time and the usage.
When did you pivot to photography? When did that start?
5 years ago. I just got sick of, honestly, it's as simple as this. I got sick of paying $500 for headshots, because as an actor, you need them, once a year. You need to refresh your photos. You need to tell them what you look like if your hair changes. So I took my own photos, and my agents are like, "Wow, these are really great photos. Who took these?" I'm like, "Well, I did." And then they sent me a couple people, and then my friends started lining up, and then I started getting models left and right, and I'm like, maybe I should do this for a living. And then I just started using my talents that way and created like a really nice little business. And to me, being my own boss, being creative in that field, making people feel good, I love it. I love it. I fell in love with it. So now I'm doing that full time as well.
What are the advantages of basically either working for yourself or being an independent contractor?
Well, who doesn't want to be their own boss? I have a lot of freedom to do other things that I want, including an American Explorer. So I love being my own boss. I love all the free time that I have. I feel like I'm really fortunate with that, because I'm able to travel and see my family and do other things that most people with 9-to-5s can't do. And I can be as creative as I want. So my photography, I'm always learning and growing and doing more cool, different photo shoots and things. And I love it. I love it.
Any disadvantages?
Well, yeah, I'm a freelancer technically. So, like when COVID happened, my business was utterly shattered. It's a lot of in-person things. Even now, when you're taking pictures with a mask, I'm a people person. That's my strength. It's just connecting, and it's been hard to deal with that. So obviously, not having a 9-to-5 or that security, and you're taking care of yourself, it's a risk. It's definitely a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take.
So that people can find you, where would they find you?
Well, hollylynchphoto.com is my website, and you can also find me on social media at Holly Lynch Photo. Same thing, Holly Lynch Photo all around.
That's easy to find.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying this? Do you like this Do you like this chapter in your life? Do you like where you're headed?
I had an agent once tell me 10 years ago, you're going to have everything you want in life, but it's not going to look anything like you thought it would. And I always remembered that, and it's true. It's 100% true. Did I find myself on the other side of the camera and loving it and being happy and flourishing in that field? No, I would have laughed actually, but I absolutely love it. There's so many ways to grow, so many different avenues. You can be creative and make people feel good, which is what I was doing with everything else before. I'm just focusing now on that.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty solid plan.
Yeah, I think so. I'm open. Yeah, I'm open.
Cheers to your plan.
Cheers, and cheers to this drink, and thank you. This is the new screwdriver for me.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it.
Look how I'm holding it. It's all fancy.
Well, I was saying the fancier screwdriver. You say the Italian screwdriver.
I like them both. It's fun.
Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching Let's Grab a Booth. Another huge thanks to Holly Lynch for being here. If you'd like to see more interviews, recipes, tips, tricks, please check out letsgrababooth.com. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. If you need some help upping that home bar game, we're here to help. Until next time, grab a booth, grab a drink. We'll see you.
Bye.